I look cute. I look good. Ready?
How are we gonna start this?
Just go, hi, my name is Yuna. Start first.
No, you go first.
Okay.
I'll go. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Sherry.
I'm Khadija.
I'm Inara.
I'm Charlene.
And welcome to the powder room!
Yay!
Okay, so let's just get to the point. Why did we name it the powder room?
So I think we went with the powder room because 1, it's for the girls and the gays, okay? And 2, the powder room is where we always have our most authentic, vulnerable, funny, honest conversations.
And I guess also because, you know, it's the ladies' room and majority of the conversations we'll have here are centered in the female experience, and we're going to be swallowed up in a lot of female energy in this podcast.
It may as well be in the powder room.
Yes. Okay,
For
what do you-
context,
Okay,
I was going to say we should just give them context. We're in Jandabayak right now. We're staying at the Kahani. Inara's also really sick.
Yes, so mind her.
She's a sick gal.
You might hear her breathe from time to time, but that's because her sinus is acting up. You
This
should
is my
grab the
fake
mic.
voice. This is my sick voice, so I'm gonna sound like a man today.
That's okay. This is the powder room. We welcome all walks of life.
All walks of hell. So what are you guys what do they expect to see in our podcast?
So I think a lot of our conversations will surround our experiences with love, friendship, all kinds of relationships, just about the feminine experience. So we're like sisters. You're just talking to your sisters. Right?
Okay. Yeah, what you said.
What I said.
What she said. Yeah, so I guess we're just going to be talking about whatever we want to talk about. This isn't
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. This isn't an disclaimer. This is not an informational podcast. This is a just for whatever podcast.
We're just here to talk shit.
So we'll just talk about whatever we want to talk about, be it our wellness, our mental health, books, love, I don't know, whatever we feel like talking about. There's no constraints. We're going to do whatever we want here. Also, who and what are the Princess Diaries? If you guys don't know who we are, we have a dump account. Oh, this isn't Ophi. I'm sorry. So there are the 4 of us. Currently, only 3 of us are here. This is my best friend Charlene, who I dragged.
She's our guest for this episode.
Our honorary Princess Diaries member. So if you don't know, Princess Diaries started off as a dump account, and then it turned into a blog. And now we are going to be a podcast too. So
Love that for us.
is your mouth open because you have something to say? Or she's trying to breathe.
She's a mouth breather.
Okay. Yeah, that is us, Princess Diaries. I think when I put all of us together, a lot of it was very intentional because all 4 of us are very different girls. We have different styles. We have very different interests, but we make sense. And so you're going to hear all those interests and styles in this podcast.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're not going to waste your time. We're going to get right into our topic of the day, which is 2023, a reflection and intention.
A little late. I know we're about to enter Feb, but better late than never.
Better
I
late than
suppose.
never. We have, yes. Okay, so question number 1, or okay, prompt number 1. How would you describe yourself a year ago versus today?
Sherry, do you want to
No,
start?
I asked the question. You can
Oh, okay, it's me.
I'll go.
Okay.
I love you to go.
I was hot last year. I'm not hot right now.
No. Okay. No negative vibes in this podcast.
We told her this. We told her to
No,
not.
you're still beautiful.
You're hotter now.
We're just sick right now.
No, I had extensions. I just did my hair. I was tan. Now I'm tan. I don't have extensions. I didn't dye my hair yet. But in February, in the next episode, I'll be hot again.
Okay, in the next episode.
I think the question was.
How would you describe yourself a year ago versus today? Khadija, go first. Khadija?
Okay, where was I a year ago from today? So a year ago from today, I started the year in Melbourne. which is where I went to school for my high school life and for university. And I had decided to come back to KL during COVID. So I was away from Melbourne for about a year. And I think that whole time I wanted to go back so bad. The borders were closed. I had so much FOMO. And because of that, I guess I wasn't really present like in my life in KL. And when I started the year off in Melbourne, I think that whole trip, I was away for 2 months. That was confirmation for me that it wasn't for me and that my life is in KL and that everyone I love and everything I love is in KL. So, yeah, I think it started off with confusion and then I guess just confidence with where I am in life and that like where I am is okay. Was it where I am now?
Yeah. We are today.
I'm really happy now. I'm in a great space mentally, emotionally. I'm surrounded by so many amazing girls. I have a wonderful relationship, the best family, and I have no complaints other than my career. But
We'll get to that later.
we'll get to that.
My turn?
Yeah, sure, you can go.
How I would describe myself a year ago, I would say I was very lost. I was not very secure in my career. I had a lot of doubt. I think that we both had a very similar experience when it came to going back to the place that we studied and wanting to build a life there, and then kind of just realizing that wasn't it. I was very eager to move back to London, and I tried so hard to make it happen, but just everything was working against me, and for all the right reasons. Because now I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and me today is very secure, very confident with myself, and I know that wherever I'm gonna go, it's exactly where I'm supposed to be. So,
Amen.
yeah, I just would say trust the universe because she's always got your back. Charlene! Charlene!
Take the mic. Take the mic.
I think a year ago, I was in a very different headspace as well. I think I was accepting a lot of things in my life that I probably shouldn't have accepted. I think I had very different relationships. I had different friendships as well. But I think moving into 2023, I just realized that, I wanted to focus a lot more on the people that make me happy, the relationships that make me feel fulfilled, and, I just want to be the best version of myself.
Did you get a little
So-
nervous when you hold the mic and then
I
when it's your
did.
turn to answer, you're just like
I did. Can you see? I'm kind of shaking right now. Yeah, I think 2023 is all about cherishing the real people that you have in your life, people that cherish you too. So, yeah.
Okay, so how I went about it at the start was wrong, I guess. But yeah. So my goal this year
Not your
is
goal, lah.
no. My goal for answering this question, like how I would describe, I wish I could describe myself right now and a year ago, whatever, the way they describe, because I'm lost. I don't know what the hell's going on in my life. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. So the next time we do a podcast, like next year, when we ask the same question, it's gonna be a different answer. Because right now, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm going with the flow. I'm great, but not great at the same time.
She's doing great.
I'm going.
I would like
Honestly.
to clarify she's doing great
She's
now.
okay.
She's great.
She's great.
I've been lost for the last year, and I'm still lost. But it won't be for long.
I love the vulnerability.
I love that. So honest, so real.
raw.
That's what this is about.
Okay. What was your biggest lesson of 2022?
My biggest lesson for 2022. How do I say this? How do I say this nicely? I think my biggest lesson for 2022 is to put effort into relationships that make you feel seen and heard, and to, like what I said earlier, to gonna really just cry. cherish people who make you feel seen and heard. And I feel like growing up, it's very difficult because sometimes we tend to hold on to relationships that may not exactly be for us anymore just because of the sense of history there. But I think moving into this new year, focus on people who make you feel like you are loved.
That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
That was amazing. I forgot what I told you my lesson was.
Change, going with the flow.
Right. Okay. I guess my biggest lesson was adapting to just my current environment and being okay with things not going according to plan, because I lived my life before with a very rigid way of
You're a
how I would,
planner.
yeah, I'm a planner. I'm still a planner, but I think if things didn't work out for me, I thought it was the end of the world and I had no backup plan. And I feel like last year was a testament to how well I coped with change and flexibility. And I think that's important, to just be okay with things not working out, because if it doesn't work out the way you wanted it to, it's for you. It's in the stars. So just trust. Just gotta trust. That's my lesson.
My lesson of 2022 is kind of a cliche, but that the universe never says no. So anything that you want is actually already yours. It's just that sometimes the universe will say, not yet. I have something better for you, or yes. And so I've learned to be very intentional with the things that I want and visualize things all day, every day until I get it. And if I don't get it, then there's a reason behind it. And also that everything happens in divine timing. Like everything that you experience in your daily lives were meant to happen the way that it does, so that you become the person you're meant to be.
Facts. That's facts.
I really trust the universe.
Yeah.
Because I think 2022 was a big year for manifestations. A lot of things that I didn't think were possible for me
Came into fruition
materialized,
for
yeah.
you.
Definitely came into my 3D. Like 2021 Sherry would not believe what 2022 Sherry did.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Inari?
What's on your iPad?
Oh, this is her the entry she
Oh,
gave me last
fine.
time. I'm trying to see if it's the same.
Oh, okay.
But it is not the same. It does not have that right here.
She's trying to dig through her old script.
Inara's a pickler. And she's
Yeah,
pickling.
so this isn't a lesson, but I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to pickle anymore. But I'm pickling right now. Oh,
Maybe
Just-
putting yourself first?
yeah.
Not feeling manipulated into feeling bad
For choosing yourself.
for choosing yourself.
Shit. Yeah.
Facts. Bars.
Whatever they said.
No, we should have a count of how many times she says what they said.
Because Khadija and I were betting that when we were to film this podcast, we would hear this a lot. What they said. What she said.
Yeah, you guys just talk so much. You guys take the words right out of my brain, and then I sound stupid because I can't think of anything else. Yeah, I mean, shit. I was not here for myself. I did not take care of myself. I was busy taking care of other people all the time. Then I got lost in the sauce and forgot
Lost
about
in the
myself.
sauce.
Oh my gosh,
Lost-
that made me tear up.
Wow. Okay.
I was
Never
busy
get lost in the
caring
sauce.
for other people's feelings, which is fine, by the way, obviously. But do not forget to care about your own. I was busy loving everybody else, making time for everything else, but never made time for me. So this year, that's gonna be different. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honestly,
No, wait.
it did make me tear up. Okay, last one for our reflection session. What did you guys learn about relationships this past year? Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
So what I learned about relationships this year was that whatever is meant for you is supposed to feel easy. Whatever blockages or challenges.
Advice.
No, that's what I learned. La. Yeah, I feel like when it came to friendships and relationships, sometimes I try too hard to make it work, and I ignore uncomfortable feelings and just put myself through situations that I don't need to be there. So now I've become very like unapologetic and decisive. Like when I don't feel good around certain people, or if I'm out in a social setting and I don't want to be there, I don't make excuses. I don't stick around for the sake of my friends. I just go home. And yeah, in terms of your friends and your relationships, I think I let go of people really easily, just because I know that if they were meant to be in my life, it just wouldn't feel so difficult, because God always has your back. And all those blockages, those like small what's it called, small inconveniences, they're not there for no reason. It happens because it's always like a sign. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be around these people. So yeah, what friendships and relationships should feel like coming home. It's just what it feels like when I'm with them.
Go ahead.
Oh, Miss Caroline.
Okay, I got a good one. I'll talk about my romantic relationship in the sense that we've been together for over 2 years now. You know, as time passes in a relationship, it's easy for things to maybe trickle away, or the honeymoon phase is like it's over after a while, right? And reality sets in. And I think what's important in just maintaining a good relationship with your partner is ensure, like, other than, having good communication skills and having the same values, it's also matching each other's energies. It's putting in effort. It's not just, sitting in the same room and being on the phone, just like not interacting. I think it's about matching each other's energies and wavelengths so that you just maintain that kind of friendship as well within the relationship. So yeah, I think last year I just learned how to exit the honeymoon phase and enter like the reality of a long-term relationship. I don't know if this sounds bad. Does it sound bad?
No, you're
Because it's not, yeah.
It's genuine.
Yeah. I guess that's my lesson with relationships. I hope that makes sense.
I think for romantic relationships, exactly what Khadija said. I feel like after what she said, I feel like after a certain point, like you do move past that honeymoon period. So like, I think the most important thing, I think when you're navigating a long-term relationship is just finding ways to sort of match your partner's energy, compromise with them, and sort of just, I think for me, the hardest thing was realizing that it's totally fine for you to have a whole rich and full life outside of your relationship with your partner. Because growing up, especially in high school, I think as well with the movies that we watch, we become very influenced, or at least I did. And I always felt like a real relationship is a relationship where your partner spends every second of every day with you. Like he wants to join you, do everything. He wants to be there with you. He wants to just constantly
I
be
also
around
feel like
you.
this is something we've spoken about, like
A
the
lot.
culture in Malaysia, at least with like the girls that I saw growing up, they're very relationship centered, and it seems like the world's gonna end if you don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I think it was such a changing moment for me when I realized like it's possible. Like you really can.
2
have such an
minutes.
amazing-
Someone is at the door. Intermission.
Something I learned was that if you're in a relationship, be it romantic or friendships, you should always be able to be yourself. I found that in some of my past relationships, I was kind of myself, but not really. But then, like, I would go to like Sherry and Ikwan, for example, and I'd be like 100% myself. They'd be like, "Are you ever like this with me?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, no, I'm not." And I don't know why. Like, it's not like I was somebody else. I'm still Inara, but I never showed.
You're like on eggshells.
Yeah, I'm like stepping on eggshells because I always was afraid that if I showed my true colors, or not like it's bad, but if I showed my true self,
Colors.
yeah, they'll be like, "Oh my god, she's so weird. Like, I don't want to be with her."
No, honestly, the real Inara is so funny and she's so crack and really unpredictable. But sometimes in front of certain people, she's very contained.
Yeah, I'm like shy, but I shouldn't be shy with a partner. So that's something I learned. I should be able to be myself, and they should love me for it.
Absolutely.
And I agree with all their points about. No, I didn't say what they said. Okay, I said I agree with all your points on how you should be able to have a life outside your romantic relationship. It's not everything there is. You can have a separate life. It's okay to do other things. It's okay to not spend all your time with a person.
Facts.
Like, you have a family, you have your friends. Sometimes you can mix them all together, but sometimes you can't.
You
Or
got a
have
job.
You
You
have a
got
job.
a
There's just so
job.
many things, Like, my brain is just split 4 ways. My heart is split 4 ways, which is fine. Right?
Accept it.
Accept it.
everyone.
Right, everyone?
Yeah. So just get your shit together. Okay? Talking to myself. Or if you need to get your shit together, you get your shit together. Just remind yourself, okay? Because I'm reminding myself right now and every day. Thank you.
So this is the part where we set intentions and what we're looking forward to in 2023. What are your personal goals or intentions this year and any of your resolutions?
A lot of my goals surround having financial independence to some degree. And I think at the moment I'm traveling on a pretty good trajectory with that, so that's good. I guess to maintain the health grind that I started back in 2020. I mean, each year it's been pretty good, but I guess since I've started my first full-time job this year, it's a bit hard to find time to myself, and in that way I'm like neglecting myself. So I hope this year it's more of a 50-50 kind of situation where I can, do things that make me happy when it comes to health. I think also learning more and educating myself. I was saying to Sherry just now, I think when you get comfortable around a group of people, you don't feel the need to expand your knowledge or learn about different things, so that when you meet other groups of people, you just don't really know how to communicate with them because your mind is so, I don't know, limited in that sense. So I guess learning a bit more and expanding my knowledge this year so that I'm a bit more well-rounded.
My goals for 2023 are to focus a lot more on myself, my health, my wealth. I want to be a lot more financially responsible. I think me and Sherry have had a lot of conversations about that. And yeah, I want to be a lot more disciplined. I want to work out more. I want to train more. So
But you are doing.
yeah, I'm trying, and I really want to do well in school. So yeah,
Inshallah.
I mean,
For me, my biggest thing is less late nights, more early mornings, because I feel like I finally stepped out of like young Sherry era. I feel like adult woman Sherry era. I think now I'm investing in future me. I don't really want to just have fun and run around pointlessly. I think everything that I do now, I want to be very intentional about it. So spend more time with my grandparents, my family, build on like the creative projects that I already have at hand and attract bigger projects and just do things that future me would be thankful for. And I guess also balance and being okay with having rest days and just doing nothing, because I feel like I always try to squeeze everything in one day, and just appreciating my friends and romanticize the life that I have. Yeah, romanticize all the boring things in my days, because I think no matter how simple you think life is, it's actually insane. And it is a miracle that I have these friends with me and I get to live this life and I get to do all this. Like a lot of people would want to be in my position, and I take that for granted sometimes. So be more grateful.
Yes.
Okay, so for my resolutions, I want to stop doubting myself, because shit, I have so much self-doubt. I want to stop criticizing myself, because as all of them, I'm just criticizing myself all the time, but it's so fun, but it's wrong. I need to start loving myself, right? So I also want to be more financially independent, stop relying on my family. I know they're always there, but I don't want to just rely on my dad. I feel bad for him. He's got other kids,
He's got other babies.
Yeah, so like, yes, I want to be rich in love, in finance, and in happiness, because we should all be rich in those three things,
Amen.
right? So
Amen,
I want to
sister.
focus on like real and genuine relationships, especially with my friends, and I want to be stable mentally and financially. That's all for now.
Ooh, one thing I left out is being more exclusive with our energy. Not having to share bits of us that we don't want to share, and saying no when we want to say no. Right?
Yeah.
Where do you want to be this time next year? Let's start with Inawa.
Well, if you watch the start of this video, I don't want to be like that next year. So, like, I spoke to myself in the future or something just now. Like, don't be like that. So, next time, this time next year, it's gonna be different. I can't say now. You'll see next year. Okay, it's different.
This time next year, me, in my highest self, like whatever I'm envisioning myself, all the seeds I'm planting, I hope to see it grow into a full tree next year.
On the same wavelength, I hope next year I'm a little more financially independent. I hope to experience a career that makes me happy and allows me to learn and grow and progress. And with the same people that I'm spending this year with.
Woohoo!
Everything that they said, what they said, but I hope this time next year I'm no longer Charlene. I hope I'm Dr. Charlene.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, and the last thing is super simple. Just list down 2 things that you want to prioritize or change in this coming year.
Definitely my family and just my mental health. Just taking care of myself.
For me, it's kind of riding off what Sherry said, which was saying no more. And I guess that leads into my second priority, which is standing up for myself more in the workplace and I guess in my personal life too. Just taking a stance for myself and being my own biggest advocate.
Okay, one for me is just spending time with my family because I don't think I do that enough. I think I'm always running around chasing work. And 2 is in just general, like in theory, just living in my authentic self and not trying to replicate what other people think is the right way to live my life or the way to conduct my friendships or the way to approach my relationships. Like, just stop looking at how other people do this or navigate things and just kind of do what feels right. And if you're a nice, soft person, just stay a nice, soft person. You don't have to be tough or cold or live in your masculine energy.
I want to stop being lazy because I don't know why I'm so lazy. Everyone's telling me, you don't do enough. Not in a bad way, like constructive criticism, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So like, I keep telling myself I can't do this, I can't do that. No, I can. I'm just lazy. So this year, I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm gonna do all my work. I'm gonna work on myself mentally, physically. I gotta start working out again. What happened to her? Don't know. She's coming back. Just wait.
She does
Okay, yeah, that's one. Another thing, I need to stop pickling.
I think it's okay to pickle.
I like pickle, Nara.
I like
You're kinda
eating
funny.
She's the color of
pickles.
a pickle
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Pickle,
Okay,
Nara.
And you
fine.
love pickles.
I do love pickles.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I can be pickling sometimes, not all the time, because I'm pickling right now. But one more thing. What do I want to prioritize? Oh my god!
I feel like you said a few already.
I
Like,
said a few. You
Yeah.
just take it for what you will. Okay.
Like reflection time.
Reflection time. I don't have enough me time at all. I don't have any me time.
so it's making more time for yourself and not being lazy.
What she said.
I told you.
Thank you.
And that's the wrap of our first episode. We'd like to say a very special thank you to Charlene
For being our first
being
guest
here.
on this episode.
Thank you for having me.
Next time Ophelia will probably be present. Right now she's on the way to Dubai, so you guys can say bye-bye to her. But thank you all for watching and listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Let us know if you like it.
Okay.
It's okay.
So thank you all for watching. Everyone wave. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go eat.
The car's waiting.
Okay. Sorry.
So much fun.